Welcome to the Hasty Crawford Stadium and welcome to the Fete Match 7's, a production by the SW Touring Sports Organization. And we'll be here for from dusk to dawn actually, because this is really a day of Fete Match in all its glory. And again, to Jeffrey Edwards and the SW Touring Organization, they always try to go with whatever they touch. So we are here at the Hasty Crawford Stadium, ACT, and as always, we always support the SW Touring Organization. And they'll be here with the Fete Match 7s. This really is a day where all the Fete Match teams in Trinidad and Tobago can come out and showcase their talents for medals and trophies. And we're going to be talking to some of the committee members, some of the referees. We might even talk to some of the players to find out how they are enjoying this day. So sit back, enjoy. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to do some interviews. But remember, we are at the Hasty Crawford Stadium right here in Mokorapo in Trinidad.
And I know you guys are young, but you need to go by the White Oak Runcliffe tent and interview Adrian Narayan, former national player, big player for Trinidad and Tobago with Joe Public days, Adrian Narayan. I know all the young, you might know him, go look for him and interview him.
Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago, welcome to the Hasty Crawford training field. And today we are here again, the Touring Sporting Organization, always in the forefront of sports, always putting on something to entertain the sporting public. And I have with me here Mr. Roberts, a long-standing member of the SW Touring Committee. And we are here for the Fete Match 7s. Tell us a bit about what is the structure behind Fete Match 7?
Well, ideally the Fete Match 7 tournament is one to bring about the various Fete Match teams throughout Trinidad and Tobago for a day where they can compete, have fun, lime, camaraderie among each other. And basically where football is the main element. So ideally it's a day of fun and Fete Match football in its truest sense.
So
where we would pay more attention to, not so much the strictest application of the rules of the game, right? Because we eliminated the slide tackle, paying attention to the fact that we don't want players to get injured, but just more or less to have fun. We want to eliminate the aggressive play. So at the end of the day, it will just be about fun and camaraderie in the true sense of Fete Match football.
Now, SW Touring is known for the Masters Invitational Tournament in Tobago, which is very, very successful. Now you start this, I think this is the first year you come up with this idea. What's the difference between the Masters and this here? Because I know that you have different age limitations here. What's the difference?
All right, first to begin, in Tobago, every year for the last 7 years, I believe, would be the over 40 SW Touring over 40 Masters tournament, where it's regular football, regular size field, 11 versus 11, as opposed to here today where it's hockey size fields, 6 players and a goalkeeper, 7 versus 7, a smaller field with slight variations to the rules. In addition to which, in Tobago, it will strictly over 40. Today we have 3 categories, over 40, under 40, and an open category.
One representative of each team.
Now, this is the first initiative. How was the response to this tournament like this?
Well, pretty good, because right now, present, we have in excess of 20 teams. So the response, we have to say, was favorable for the first attempt, and we expect that in years to come, it will grow from strength to strength with the inclusion of additional teams. Because as you would be aware, the Fete Match fraternity throughout Trinidad and Tobago is quite large. It's huge. So we would expect that in years to come, it will grow. When the word spread, we should have more teams come 2018.
So from what you see here today, you are satisfied, and I am sure that you all already, knowing SW Touring, I'm sure that you all are already planning for 2018.
Yes, definitely. The planning for 2018 will start, as soon as 2017, this edition finishes later this evening. 2018 will start. In fact, we have already mentioned to teams about plans we have for 2018. We've asked teams to encourage other Fete match teams to take part. So to answer your question, yes, the planning has already started and we are pretty much pleased with the turnout so far in terms of the number of teams.
What are some of the challenges you all face?
Well, at this point in time would be late coming. My teams would force the organizers to reshuffle the schedule, and that will always pose problems for the players, for the teams, and time is also a factor. The field has lights, yes, but we do want to finish at a particular time. So that ideally would be one of the major challenges, the late coming of teams, but it hasn't been that prevalent so far. We've been able to start pretty much on time, and thus far I would say everything is running pretty.
What are some of the feedbacks you have been getting from, I know it's early days yet, but what are some of the feedbacks you have been getting from the spectators and also the team players?
Well, of course, these guys are very competitive. It might be Fete match football, yes, but of course they would always want to come to the tent to ensure that they understand the rules. They want to know when they're playing next, what time, what field. But all in all, we have received pretty positive comments so far. No real complaints, no real concerns. But the day is early. We have a few more hours. Anything that comes up, we are in a position to handle it.
So you all are here for the long haul for the day?
Ideally. Very hot, very sunny, perfect weather for Fete match football. We wouldn't mind if there's a little cloud cover later on in the afternoon. When the lights come on after 6, temperature will cool down a bit, but it goes right up until about 8, and then the lime thereafter.
Well, let me thank you very much, and I know as always, anything SW Touring puts their hand on, it always is a success, so I'm going to wish you success here this afternoon.
Thank you.
Right, I have with me here Luis Seabra, well, I can't say a Brazilian anymore because the man living in Trinidad. Now, you are always there on the field in the over 40 Masters in Tobago. Now, we have a Fete match session here. As a footballer, you are here today. What are you going to be playing? What's happening?
I'm expecting to play. Let me see if the team can pick me, But I get invited by Jerry, so I believe we're supposed to play this evening.
So tell me a bit about Seabra home in Trinidad. Now you have made Trinidad and Tobago your home. Tell us a bit about, you don't ever go back to Brazil?
Yes, I've been in Brazil often, but just for vacation. So I stayed home here in Trinidad. I'm settled here and everything is, for me, is fantastic here,
Now if we go back to the days of W Connection when you first came on the scene, did it ever came to your attention that, okay, I come in to play pro football for W Connection, but I'm going to end up living in Trinidad?
No, that was never my intention when I just came. As I stay and like the country and stuff, then I start to create roots here and I say, that's the place to stay. And I love it, so far it's so good.
So outside of the competitive part of the football, what are you up to?
I have a construction company.
Okay.
I do renovations and stuff like that. That was my field right now.
So you're not into the coaching or anything like that again?
No. Just coaching out for charities, and when a friend asks me to go and give a session or stuff like that, that's what I'm doing.
If I have to ask you, what is the best thing that you could look at and say that is the main reason for keeping me in Trinidad?
I believe it's the environment, the nature and the sea. I believe it's the best. What I like it here. I love the sea, I love the mountain, I love the rivers, and the environment for sure is one of the.
All the best.
Thank you very
and
much.
I know I'm going to be seeing you in October in Tobago.
Hopefully, you'll see me there.
Okay, with me here is the director of SW Touring, Ryan Brown. Ryan, we all are accustomed to SW Touring with the Masters over 14 Tobago, a very successful tournament that is put on for the past 6 or 7 years. Now we come here today and we see Fete Match 7's. Give me the concept of this whole thing.
Well, really and truly, the Fete Match 7's, the purpose of it is just to give an opportunity to the other units who are under the age of 40 to enjoy a tournament similar to what we will do in Tobago. But obviously the concept behind it is really to have fun, and it's a festival really more than anything else. So it's really just to capture the fun of Fete Match football, all encompassing under one, as it's set up right now, number of different age groups, kids, guys from all over Trinidad and Tobago coming over, and really truly that's the main purpose.
How did the whole idea come about?
It's the brainchild. Geoffrey is the brainchild of that. We always toying with a number of different ideas, a number of different things that we think that is needed. And what we decided was that we've taken something similar to what happens when we have a rugby tournament in terms of the 7's. Yes, so that's basically encompassing the two, really and truly.
First year, as I told Mr. Roberts, I'm sure, knowing SW Touring, we all already started a plan for 2018. What can we expect for? I know it might be a little, too early to ask.
It's never too early.
But what can we expect? What improvements can we expect in 2018?
Well, firstly, again, we will take what we are learning from today. Initially, we planned on having the tournament as a 2-day tournament. And we realized that it was best to fit everything into one day. So next year, the plan will be to hopefully get a 2-day tournament in. We will try to increase the number of teams because we know there's a wide demographic of Fete Match teams throughout Trinidad and Tobago, and it's really just to get all the teams under one day playing football, having a good time in the true Fete Match style.
Yeah. Would we by chance see this venture here moving out of the present location and maybe going to different communities throughout Trinidad and Tobago?
Yes, more definitely. Once we have the facilities available, and we do have a lot of facilities throughout Trinidad, it's definitely something that we can explore. I know we have a number of different stadia. We have a stadium in Arima, we have it in Couva, and down south in Marbella. So we have the options around. We even could do something similar in Tobago. So we have a lot of options. It's just a matter of getting it out there, getting the idea out there, and really pushing on marketing as we like. And we've also, we've brought on a group to be part of this with us also, the 868 family. They are very familiar. They're a younger demographic. They're in touch with the age groups between under the age 30 and under. Yeah. So it's really incorporating them in it also is really bringing a different ideology to it, to the entire festival. So it's a matter of us sitting down and discussing with them also where they see the tournament and how far we can reach with it also.
Are you all totally satisfied with what has transpired so far? I know it's early days still, but are you totally satisfied with what has been going on so far?
Yeah, I really can't complain. We have the ideal weather. The pitch is in ideal conditions right now. It's not too hot. Everything is. I'm liking how everything is going so far.
Ryan, thank you very much. All the best. I know that you all have a lot of planning to do because on the heels of this tournament is going to be the 2017 edition of the Masters in Tobago. So again, another successful year for SW Touring. Thank you again and all the best.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Hasty Crawford Stadium. Welcome back to the Fete Match 7's. And I have with me Ajala Pilgrim. Now Ajala Pilgrim is let me make sure I get it right, the marketing director of 868. Now before we go into what's happening here today, tell me a bit about 868. What it is about?
Well, basically 868, as you can see with the logo, it's basically supposed to represent Trinidad and Tobago, the area code. Basically, we created the brand to more or less kind of bring the youths together to kind of move towards promoting Trinidad culture. So we a group of young individuals are all about pushing anything Trinidad and Tobago, whether it be like something we do is our All Fours tournament. We know All Fours is all about Trinidad and Tobago, so that's something we definitely have a strong initiative in. So we do things like All Fours, we do things like hikes, we do things like beach limes, anything that promotes positivity and anything that brings out I would say the entrepreneur lifestyle in individuals and in youths. We promote that. That is definitely what the 868 lifestyle is about.
How did the merger come about between 868 and SW Touring in football?
Well, SW Touring approached us because they are basically the ones with the experience in the sporting industry with that regards. And they felt like we had that connect with the youth culture. And they felt that it was a good partnership, mutually beneficial for both parties, because they have that connection with the sport and we have that connection with the youths, and we bring it together and merge together, and obviously, well, as we could see, it's a success.
What are you all going to bring different? Now we know that SW Touring have the football under control, but what are 868 going to bring to this Fete Match 7 to carry it further? Especially you talk a bit about the young people, right? How are you going to bridge the young people with this tournament here today?
Well, what we wanted to do, and one of the main initiatives we had for this whole thing, was bringing together the whole friendly vibes and the whole Fete match brotherly love. Nothing too serious. I mean, it's competitive football, but we don't want it too competitive at the same time. So we wanted to make sure that everyone come out and have fun, no too much set of injuries. So 868, part of it was basically to bring out the younger crowd that more or less believes in that, because I mean, there are a lot of youths that would be going out there trying to play professional football, in the pro league, they're in school football, whatever the case may be. But now we're bringing out the particular youths that have the vested interest in just playing football for fun and nothing too serious. We come out and enjoy ourselves, we drink our beer or two, we play football, and then after we all hug up and we lime and we talk, whatever the case may after.
Since the inception of 868, how successful would you say what you all are doing has been? In terms of bringing the young people and really getting the young people on a positive direction, because when you look at society today, I mean, the young ones are the ones who get the blame for crime, drugs, everything, no direction and everything. And a lot of people talk, but no one brings a solution to the table. So is it that 868 has the solution for, not, I wouldn't say all, but some of these things?
I wouldn't say we necessarily have the solution, but what we are doing is trying to implement what we have in our minds that we think may work. Because one of the things at least what we have heard from the outside is, based on what the elders would have told us, is that all the users do is to go out, the lime, the party, whatever. And of course we do that as well, but at the same time we want to ensure that we also do other things that directed towards Trinidad culture. So that way we have certain initiatives directed especially towards the whole hiking. We want people to know about all the different areas in Trinidad. You can't have a man that lives in Arima and he never went to a certain waterfall, he never been to Guaguari, he has never been to Labra, he has never been to Toku. And that from inception, that has always been our direction. All about pushing Trinidad and Tobago culture, going to different places, seeing what it have to do about Trinidad and Tobago, and not too much focus about what have been outside, because as a culture, as Trinidad and Tobago, we see so much from the outside. All of us have cables, so we've seen everything that's going on in America, we've seen everything that's going on in Europe, but we focus so much on the outside that we're not paying attention to what's going on at too much ourselves. So that was so much our initiative that kind of getting people to focus more on Trinidad and Tobago and starting here first, building our own entrepreneurs and not going out there and doing the whole brainwash system, and starting from here and then from here building and going outside, and that's what everything has been about.
Now, I'm sure that you are not alone in 868. Who are some of the other members involved?
Well, it's a big team really, but some of the main members are like Rondell Seeley. He's one of the operation managers. We have Yukiba Simmons, we have Michael Saunders, we have Harrison Phillips. So it's a main team of about 8 of us, but definitely we have a much wider committee, and that's the thing about us. We're trying to build and grow and expand as the months and years go by, because we don't want it to be focused along us. We want it to be that if tomorrow I pass, someone's still pushing the brand the next year, and people keep pushing it 10, 50 years from now.
Don't let the dream die with
Die with me. It must go forward, and that's the direction we have been from day one.
Thank you very much. All the best.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, we cannot leave the Hersey Crawford training field and the Fete 7's without not speaking to the people who really plays a very important part in the football, the referees. And I have Rashby McPhee. Now, there's a face I'm sure you have been looking at Axe for the number of years you have been carrying the Masters. You have seen this face. Tell me a bit about your association with SW Touring.
Well, actually, SW Touring had invited us from the initial stages of the competition, right? And our association is in full support of the development of football, and hence the reason they had given us their blessings to come out and to officiate in the tournament.
Calling on the players,
right? Basically, right, any sort of football that takes place in the country, there must be consultation with our association before our referees can go out and actually execute our duties on the field of play.
How would you as an individual respond to your relationship working with an organization like SW Touring?
Oh, we have an excellent relationship, right? We meet and we have discussions concerning what is expected and what is the future of football in the country. As I look, SW Touring is an organization that continue to help develop players, right? And even players who have a passion for the game and they can no longer play at the highest level, right? This affords them the opportunity to come and still enjoy themselves and still be a part of this lovely sport.
Well, let me say it was a pleasure and continue with the relationship.
All right, very well, sir. Thank you again.